give us just 7 days, the new month we are coming in. 7 days before or on the 7th of November. Each and every one of us who love God, God will give him a gift and he will have a testimony to give. And God will decide on who is going to rule us as a governor. And those who don't even understand what is meant by Dakada, Mr. Speaker, you can give such a person, especially those who are seeking to be governors of Akwa, give them my number, I will tell them. Because the Dakada thing is about God, not politics. So it's not a thing that people will use to criticize a particular government. It's God's business. Akwa Ibom is God's business. That's why I came in Uganda and nobody can doubt that any product I mean will be a balance. I'm telling you, including you, if the watch out. If you make up your the law, the 7th of November, God is going to give you a testimony. I want to let yes, fantasy. This act came in Obama. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Parliamentarian, for joining us. And of course, the issue of rising up is a two-way issue that had said one day we will dedicate one day on the plenary to actually look at the Dakada philosophy of this present administration. And of course, from there, you get to find out what Akwa Ibom people feel about the notion. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning, Parliamentarian.
I'm in the studio. I remain Pacific Daniel calling from Ibionibon. Mr. Speaker, I want to give thanks to God for my noble principal, my boss, Obong Basiabetakwan, for his thanksgiving as at yesterday. He has shown he has shown a good thing by doing a thanksgiving over his birthday. I congratulate him towards that. Looking into what His Excellency Mr. Udom Emmanuel is trying to tell Akwa Ibom it's over a governorship or whoever that will be coming out talking about finance. Yes, it's a welcome development. But let me just ask him a question. Can we just be transparent to Akwa Ibom people? Can we just put on our antecedents and tell the Akwa Ibom people how much has been coming into Akwa Ibom in every blessed month? Can we prove to Akwa Ibom people what this money has been used in each of the 21 local government in Akwa Ibom State? It is so unfortunate, Mr. Speaker. It is so unfortunate that all this money cannot be invested in the lives of people. Rather, it has been invested in some of these industries that are not working. It has been invested in some of these buildings that are not bringing employment to Akwa Ibom youth. It is so unfortunate that Akwa Ibom State government will be telling us finance. Yes, anybody who knows the level of money that comes to Akwa Ibom will know how to invest it. Anybody who knows what Akwa Ibom State earns in every month, getting from the federal government as our allocation, will know where to invest it, will know how to put it. Madam Speaker, if we calculate all this money, I think the whole 31 local government should be able to have a tangible thing, a project either by pipe well water or like a good construction, by good road construction to each of the local government. But it is so unfortunate that we cannot see it. Talk about the Bionibum, talk about other local government that has been frustrated by the plans of this administration. It is so unfortunate that it is not transparent. It does not show good a leader to Akwa Ibom people. Thank you for having me. I remember Pacific Daniel from Bionibum.
Thanks for joining us, Abaki Freke Daniel, on the People's Parliament this morning. And of course, we're still leaving the floor open. I'd like to particularly get to hear from parliamentarians who know or who are themselves pensioners or who have parents who are pensioners as to whether or not they have been consistently receiving their pay. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning, parliamentarian.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning.
Yeah. Morning, Mr. Speaker. I'm John Paul. I'm calling from you.
All right, welcome to the plenary.
Please, in relation to what the governor said last week in our Fiscal district, when I watched that video, I keep on asking myself, what is if there is no accountability in governance? Then what else do we want? You've not paid gratuity to next of kin to primary school, retired primary school teachers. Why won't we ask question? Where is Akwa Ibom money? You've not done an open employment for the past 8 years, apart from the primary school teachers, which you've not even pasted the list. Why won't we ask questions? The toothpick industry, according to you, is not functioning. Why won't we ask questions? For a governor to go on a live TV to say any candidate that asks for the accountability of Akwa Ibom State is not wishing well. Who will wish well? Either he was a director of the bank. Would he go to ask for the end of the year account to see if the government, the bank is being on or the bank is losing? Who would ask for this? That is saying anybody that is asking for Akwa Ibom State treasury is not wishing Akwa Ibom well. So he now that is wishing us well, what has he done to meet up the trillion he has collected? I beg, let us pray, because I don't know what the government is turning into.
All right, your time is fast spent. Thank you very much, Parliamentarian, for joining us this morning. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning, Parliamentarian.
Happy New Week.
I wish you the same. Welcome to the plenary.
In terms of, I'm speaking as a pensioner, the governor has been doing well in terms of paying pension, because he paid pension along with the salary. As soon as salary is received, pension is paid. But our problem is in gratuity. I'm a civil servant. Gratuity has not been paid since 2016. He can testify that. That is the problem we are having. But for the other issue, he says that anybody that should ask for accountability is not wishing Akwa Ibom well. I think in every this thing, there must be an accountability, one preaching of accountability. When they want to live up to, they just tell us this is what is left in treasury and this is what is it. Because we say whoever inherits asset is also inherit liability. They cannot say nobody should ask him. The government, how much accountability. They should be accounted for it. Because all this industry, I've said the other time, that all this industry we are saying is only on the air and pages of newspaper. There is no functional industry in Akwa Ibom State. I can say that. Go to pick-up industry, paint industry, for example, and see whether there's any activities there. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All right, I'd like to quickly ask you, Parliamentarian, how about leave grant? Has it also been paid? All right, we lost that Parliamentarian. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning, Parliamentarian. Welcome to the plenary.
Thank you very much. Happy New Week.
Same to you. Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm the first. I'm calling from you.
All right, you have the floor. I guess the Parliamentarian is not ready to speak up to us this morning. But of course, the issue on the floor of the House this morning very important, and it's needing the attention of all parliamentarians. As a pensioner call, we've got one call so far. Tell us if you have been consistently getting your pension as it went due. And of course, if you've not, also tell us. And of course, you also have to comment on other issues that has been raised by His Excellency Governor Udom Emmanuel. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning, Parliamentarian.
Mr. Speaker, good morning.
Good morning. You have the floor.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Anyeti. I'm calling from. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go on.
Hello?
Yes, Parliamentarian. Go ahead. You have the floor.
Okay. My concern is on the issue of reprinting. Yes, it's a welcome development to Nigeria. So what I want to say is that let every Nigerian know that the reprinting of money is for the best interest of Nigeria. At the end of the day, good things will come to Nigeria very soon.
I'd like to ask you quickly, are you aware that the country's Minister of Finance has distanced herself from the plan to redesign the Nigerian currency and has called it not the right policy or not the right move within this time frame? Okay, we lost that call. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, parliamentarian. Welcome. You have the floor.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You have the floor.
Okay, my name is Christian. Mr. Udom Emmanuel, the governor, said that anybody who's asking for accountability in the government coffers is not wishing the government well. Well, you should know that one of the things they campaign with is accountability. And for us not to have the right to ask for accountability in our treasury, I mean, it's quite unfortunate. But there's this thing that worries me a lot, Mr. Speaker. Is there any social welfare arrangement in this Okwebom state for citizens who are unfortunate or who are kind of less privileged or who are fiscally challenged or who are poor, who are helpless? Is there anything like that in Okwebom state? The last thing I know is that Okwebom state has Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Welfare. But what is that ministry doing? How far is it going concerning social welfare to citizens who are helpless? For instance, I was wondering, Mr. Speaker, maybe privately I would like to talk to you, okay, please. There are 3 things I would not like to say on air now, okay. My personal experience with the Ministry of Women and Social Welfare, I've quite into government, okay. So I was wondering, because of my time, let me speak with you off air.
All right, parliamentarian, you can quickly just send a WhatsApp number to 090-7787-1987, the WhatsApp number, and we can talk there. 090-7787-1987. And right about now, we'll take our first recess and head out to bring you the news on the hour of 9. When we come back on the flip side, we'll be continuing with the other motions on the floor of the House. Do stay with us.
Good morning. This is the news update for 9. President Muhammadu Buhari summons emergency security meeting over terror alert. The federal government of Nigeria has on data protection and consumer rights. Senate probes Malami's ministry over service-wide votes. On the foreign scene, President Emmanuel Ayon leaves office amid Lebanon's financial crisis. In sport, Marcus Rashford's 100th goal gives Man United win over West Ham. And that's the news update for this hour. I am Dara Udoma.
Up the clear blue skies, take a seat of comfort and soar on the wings of excellence. Fly eagle there, let's get you there. Get up-to-date information and insights on topics in and around the aviation industry and stand a chance to win exclusive gifts on this 30 minutes program every Thursday from 4 p.m. on Touchdown Thursday with Igbo Air here on Planet 101.1 FM Uyo. This program is proudly powered by Igbo Air, the new experience. Fly Igbo Air.
Can I have your attention, please? Ever wondered how to get your business, events, products, and services to the desired audience at an unbelievably fair price? Well, here it is. Advertise on Spectrum TV, Star Times Channel 1 through 6, and reap the rewards of a great reach and the attendant returns on investment. Call Spectrum TV now on 0701 896 8395. 0703-803-6732 or 0704-454-6366. Spectrum TV, broadening your horizon.
matter. Think of ogbonge football with the greatest them. You fit enjoy Qatar 2022 games in Pidgin, Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa. You're not supposed to miss any action of all 64 games live.
So, watch all the action for Qatar 2022 Yakata from the 20th of November to the 18th of December. Upgrade to GoTV Super today to enjoy all 64 games live. Dial star 288 hash to download my GoTV app to stay connected. GoTV. Love it.
They are the geniuses, the legends. They are the conquerors of our world, achieving feats larger than life and leaving us motivating peers to excel in all our chosen paths like they did before us. People in History, your 1-hour detailed documentary on the life and times of great heroes and heroines.
The Bible says there's pleasure in sin for a season.
Abby and Jean, who later became the Peaches.
Dr. Alex Ekweme is outstandingly brilliant. He's very patriotic and very loyal.
Comes your way every Mondays, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. You can listen to any past episode of People in History just by logging on to our website, www.planet101fm.ng, and click on our podcast to listen to the past episode. People in History, exclusive to Planet 101.1 FM.
Admission. St. Thaddeus Technical College, a new boarding and day school for both boys and girls with up-to-date facilities, has been established by the Catholic Diocese of Uyo to prepare our children for gainful employment in the future. Located at the Korodibon Surubim local government area, this school, in addition to secondary school subjects, offers a wide range of technical courses to meet the practical needs of our time. Entrance examination into JSS1 for the 2022-2023 school year continues every day on the school premises at Ikorodibon and every Saturday at Christ the King Cathedral, Uyo, all by 10 a.m. prompt. Entrance fee 3,000 naira only. For further inquiry, call 0806 013 3175 or contact any Catholic priest in Uyo Diocese. Don't miss this golden opportunity. Father Charles Epumo, Principal, announcer.
Just join us. This is the People's Parliament live on Planet Radio 101.1 FM, and today it's already heated up, and of course we are talking about Governor Udom Emmanuel, who has again called for EC-based campaign and says these tech personalities are lacking in idea, and he is also seeking support for the PDP candidate, Pastor Umo Eno. What's your feel and what's your take? Earlier we've played a voice clip of His Excellency Governor Udom Emmanuel asking for Akwa Ibom people to come forward, especially those who claim they have not been paid their pensions. And so today we are very particular. If you're a pensioner, call and tell us. You have a parent who is a pensioner, tell us if their pensions are currently being paid as at when due, and if you've been receiving. And if you're not, also call us and let us know. And of course, the governors also said those who are seeking to know the account of the state and not also having the interest of Akwa Ibom people at heart. And the question is, should we, as a people, not ask after our account as a people and our collective wealth and what's being done with it? Those and other issues are on motion number one, and we'll be closing off from there shortly. Let's hear more contributions. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Calling back.
All right, briefly.
I know God wants to do something great for our people to know that we have nothing but God. God doesn't need to go to school to be educated. He is education. It's everything. The moment we know Him, including the pensioners and those who are old, and then I'm challenging all of us. Between now and the 7th of November, that's about a week now, the moment we actually want to return and then truly the Kada, not talk about politics. You see, we not just having a testimony, you will become a testimony for this world.
All right, thank you very much, parliamentarian. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Yeah, come back again. You were asking whether pension and leave grant has been paid. They are still paid to the core civil servant, but the problem is with the teachers. Primary school teachers are not receiving their leave grant also. Then on the other issue, we say that the Minister of Finance is saying that she was not taken into consideration. I think if the president who has given the backup that the naira should be redesigned, the minister is just a point. She has no voice to say that she was not taken into consideration.
No, she's not saying she was not taken into consideration. She is saying, as the Minister of Finance and one in charge of that office and who has the capability to advise the Nigerian government in financial matters, she is against the move as it is not in the best interest of the Nigerian people at this moment.
She cannot be against it because the governor of Central Bank knows well. He knows better than that. I think if he has briefed the president and the president has seen the write-up and what the benefit is and has given the backing, she should stand by that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me quickly give us a background information into the third motion, that is the CBN redesigning of the naira, which has gotten the presidential backup and approval. And of course, we've had different reactions on the sideline of that. You would recall that the CBN had informed the Nigerian people last week, Friday, that they will be redesigning the 200, 500, and 1,000 naira note. And they've cited that the move is to ensure that they ramp up the Nigerian economy and destroy, people who are currently stockpiling money in their respective locations and homes, waiting to unleash it during the electioneering period. But guess what? A lot of reactions have trailed that, and those reactions are coming on the heels that the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, has said that he's in support of the move. But on the side of that, in a statement signed by the Director General, Dr. Chine Amaro, the Chamber of the Organized Private Sector has already said changing the naira will have a very dangerous effect on foreign exchange or forex supply, and of course the exchange rate and interest rate in the stock market, which already at the moment we are seeing the naira going out of almost 1,800 plus to a dollar, and then stabilizing at 400 plus to a dollar, which is not something that is good for the Nigerian legal tender. On the sideline of that, while Buhari has backed the decision of the CBN Governor Emmanuel, the IMF, that is the International Monetary Fund, IMF, has cautioned against the move by the CBN and other economic managers on the dangers of dollarizing the economy. And they are saying that it could be very difficult to reverse the situation. And as partially dollarizing economy, Nigerians, of course, which operates with a dollar bias for international trade, financing, invoicing, and recent store value, stands to lose a whole lot when it comes to the move that has been made by the CBN. And we're not even talking about the fact that a whole amount of money will also be spent on destruction of the naira notes that will, be condemned. And we have to take a trip down from 2020. It's been said that destruction of the naira note got a whooping 3.88 billion naira. That is, it was spent by the CBN for the destruction of mutilated banknotes disposed of between 2016 and 2020. And if we go by that, you can almost imagine how much will be budgeted for the destruction of the notes that will be returned as a result of redesigning. And policymakers at this point in time are calling for rather moves to strengthen the Nigerian naira so that it can fare better when compared to the dollar and other currency currently in the market. Now, the question is, will the finance minister who advises the Nigerian government on issues of finance distancing herself and calling the policy wrong and totally not in the best interest of the Nigerian people at this point? And of course, the International Monetary Fund also lending their voices to that. Do you think the president and the CBN governor are acting in the right direction when we have other stakeholders all crying against the move? The line to reach us on this morning is 0902 223-1011 or 624-8565. You can also join us on www.planet101fm.ng or follow us on our verified Facebook page at Planet Radio 101.1 FM Uyo to be part of a conversation. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Hello. Hello, good morning, Mr.
Good morning, parliamentarian. You have the floor.
Yeah, this is welcome, Manager. Let me speak on this redesign of naira notes. I think the current finance minister, what the comment she made is an act of insubordination to the government, number one. And I think no matter how they will try to make this redesign of naira work, in his own part, it will play a villain on that issue. So to me, I think she is not in support, and she will not work toward the progress of that. So, however, redesign of naira note is very, very healthy. No matter how the dollar is being skyrocketing to 800 and something now, is desperate exchange rate because people are desperately to exchange the naira now. So, however, not changing the naira, the redesign of naira should be the last policy. The last policy, how the dollar.
All right, I'd like for you to call back, but briefly, let's look at the duties of the Minister of Finance. The Minister of Finance is responsible for the...
What am I saying? Are you hearing me?
Okay, we lost you halfway there, so continue.
So are you there?
Yes, I can hear you now. We lost you halfway. Continue. Hello, good morning. Okay, we lost that. Please try and connect us back. We lost you halfway. Had to talk midway our conversation. Quickly, the duties of the finance minister is the preparation of annual budgetary estimates of revenue and expenditure for the federal government, determination of federal government fiscal policies, mobilization of domestic and external financial resources for national development purposes, management of foreign exchange reserve, amongst others. So if the person who is advising the federal government on the issue of finance has said it is a wrong move, and the president and, of course, the CBN governor is saying it is the right move, now we have the International Monetary Fund, which is a national organization, speaking also against it. We have the organized private sector speaking against it. Who is to be believed among these two? The finance minister, the IMF, and the experts who have all spoken against the move to redesign the naira. And, of course, it's left for us to decide whether or not, or which side of the line we should be standing with right now. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. You have the floor.
Hello.
All right, network providers, please be very fair with us this morning. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, good morning to everybody in the studio. My name is Fiscal.
Welcome to the plenary. You have the floor.
Yes, I want to talk about the redesigning of the naira. I'm totally in support of that action. Looking at the situation of the country, terrorism, kidnapping, and payment of ransom, the fact that the dollar rate has gone, the dollar rate has gone up, doesn't mean that is how it's going to be, because those money, those kidnappers, they have too much of naira in their addition. So they will be rushing now to get to change it, because there's no way they can get to bank. They will now resort to going to changing the naira into dollar. So there is a very high demand for dollar now.
Okay,
so
now let me ask you a question, parliamentarian. Let me ask you a question.
So I'm totally in support of that exercise.
Let me ask you a question, parliamentarian.
That's
briefly.
my contribution.
Okay. I'd like to ask a question at this point. How certain are we as a people that the redesigning of the naira will prevent terrorists from consistently making more money? Let's not forget that every negotiation between the terrorists and the people who have been kidnapped are always mediated by the federal government. So the naira being changed or redesigned and being said to be a solution to curbing terrorism in Nigeria is definitely not a very good advice from the expert point of view, who was spoken on several grounds. And the issue of redesigning the naira when the naira is not faring better against other legal tender like the dollar has also been said to be a very terrible move at this particular point in time. Well, we'll leave it for the experts to decide. And of course, as a parliamentarian, you also have the right to let us know how you feel about the different issues. But we'll move away to motion number 2, where YPP gubernatorial candidate celebrated his 50th birthday anniversary, and it says Governor Udom Emmanuel's administration has gotten 280 billion naira from the federal government. That is excluding the FAAC allocations and federal roads refunds. How would you react to this? And of course, if you had joined us earlier, we played the statement by His Excellency Governor Udom Emmanuel, who has also spoken on the people who are calling for accountability and making claims as to what his government has gotten and what he has not gotten. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary. All right, we lost that call. I'm going to take some of the comments we have on a Facebook page where parliamentarian Udom Emmanuel says, Mr. Speaker, the governor keep on emphasizing on EC-based campaign, but his close aides on daily basis are insulting other candidates both on radio and social media. I have the fact. Is the governor not aware of his aides disparaging other parties and candidates instead of promoting their own God-sent candidate? So I think if the governor is really serious in what he says, then he should start from his aides and set examples so that we can believe that the so-called maintain peace mantra is not a deceit. Thank you. Parliamentarian Henry Uwa says, good morning, Mr. Speaker. Nigerians should watch out from promise and failed politicians in 2023 elections. These sets of corrupt politicians do not care about the welfare of the people. Their only concern is to enrich themselves and their family. They will promise you electricity where there are no poles, water where there are no pipes, and industry where there are no roads. To change the system, change the way you vote. Vote your conscience and vote wisely. Thank you, Henry Uwa. Thank you for joining us, Parliamentarian Henry Uwa. And Parliamentarian Alexandra says that 12 months. Okay, this has nothing to do with what we are sharing on the floor of the House this very, very morning. And of course, Parliamentarian Udom Emmanuel says, Mr. Speaker, okay, this comment has already been taken on the very first note. That's a repeat. Parliamentarian 18 Isala says, the People's Parliament. The CBN governor said last week that the redesigning naira notes will curb ransom payment to kidnappers. And now Gumi, who is the intermediary communication between terrorists and the federal government, has come out to say that the kidnappers will demand ransom payment in dollars. And with this, will it be any positive measures for the redesigning of naira in terms of security? Absolutely, the answer you have on your fingertips. And Parliamentarian Power Answer says, good morning, Mr. Speaker. Come 2023, God will mercifully give us a governor who will understand the problems. Accountability is necessary to mention when assessing the performance of the government. No one should be afraid by the mention of accountability. And Parliamentarian Crude Formation Zudoka says, I am a state pensioner. The governor is not paying the monthly pension as at when due at the end of the month. It's always been carried forward to a new month. Today is 31st October. Pensions is not yet paid. Section 2010 sub 123 stated that gratuity and pension should be paid en bloc and not in piece meals immediately an officer retired. I guess you wanted to say not in pieces or in bits. That monthly pension should be paid to pensioners on the first count charge before workers' salaries and should not be carried over to the new month. The governor should be well informed that pensions is the right and not the privilege. All right, so we're having two different opinions. Some person says pensions are being paid, and one is saying he's being paid, but not on time. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning, Parliamentarian. You have the floor.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, my name is Echion. I'm calling from you. Yes, Mr. Speaker, the way things are going in the country is getting out of hand. I thought that our president came to see how it will certain problems of this country. Mr. Speaker, please, permit me to remind our president about his campaign promises. Let me just quote, it is clear, this is not the country our founding fathers dreamt of. This is not the country any Nigerian can be proud of. We have witnessed dramatic decline in everything we once held dear and took for granted. You will agree with me that we are not where we should be as a nation. Mr. Speaker, I don't know whether our president used to remember all these campaign promises that he had. It is unfortunate. Just this morning, I went to buy fuel. It is 210 naira. Mr. Speaker, I don't know where we are heading to. So let me just reserve my comments for that. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All right, thank you very much for joining us. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Hello, good morning. Christian calling again.
All right, briefly have 30 seconds.
Speaker, what does it take to be on this studio?
All right, like I said, you can quickly just drop a comment or a direct chat on 090-7787-1987, and we can take that question from there. Reach me, parliamentarian, on 090-7787-1987, and we can talk. WhatsApp message only, please, and we can communicate there. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning.
Thank you. God bless you.
Bless you more. You have the floor.
This Friday on a Monday morning from Idianebo. Mr. Speaker, this is signing of naira notes. Please, if this thing will bring more problem or hardship to Nigeria, they should avoid it now. Because I want to believe this January 1st is too short for this exercise.
December 15th.
And the January 31st. So please, if this thing will bring hardship to Nigeria more, that is more than what we are facing now, they should leave it now. Thank you. God bless you.
All right, thank you very much for joining us. And parliamentarian Nonye Idiong says, the People's Parliament, good morning, parliamentarians, and Happy New Week to everyone. To me, I still don't know how the redesign of naira will help or boost Nigeria economy at this trying time, because redesigning the new note will acquire a big sum of money, and even the big politicians will still load their money in their warehouse back to the bank to exchange with the new notes. As such, how will this redesigned help in any way, please? And for the different candidates, please let them do what is expected of them by the electorate, because when election come, we will vote based on individual performance and no longer political party. Thanks for joining us, Parliamentarian Nonyi Idiong. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Hello, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Parliamentarian.
Good morning once again.
Welcome.
Like I was saying on that redesign of dollars and naira, you compare me now that dollars, pounds, dinari, and other hard currency are commodity in Nigeria. If you have dollars, and dollars is a commodity, like someone having crayfish and gari, selling gari. So if we are redesigning of naira, which I said, I also stand by the government with this. I think they also need to do something about the Nigerian Exchange Commission. Need to do something that someone cannot come in and buy dollars and be selling dollars on the street. Dollars supposed to be a currency. All those hard currencies supposed to be a currency, not a commodity. So the government should make sure that any dealing of exchange should be done in a commercial banks. Or the CBN should also establish that will be doing that for the people. Someone wants to buy something from outside using dollars. A bank can facilitate that, not an individual. I know some people will not like what I'm saying. They will take some other people out of job. That's what they may say. But the benefit are ratios what they are benefiting from. Are you getting me?
Yes,
so
I'm with you.
If someone buy dollars, assuming that dollars are at the open bank and selling it at 880 naira, what do you mean? You are selling dollars as commodity. We are selling currency as commodity in Nigeria. So we should stop selling our currency in Nigeria as a commodity. We should make it as to be a currency in Nigeria. If we have our currency being currency, operating as currency in Nigeria, I think naira will also have a value.
Well,
thank you.
Parliamentarians, that is one side to read up. Those experts in the field, the IMF and other experts have said this is a wrong move. And if we have to go by experts and going by the stated down duties of the Minister of Finance, who has also said that this policy by the CBN and the president's backing the policy is a wrong move, and especially for the Nigerian economy at a time where the naira is undergoing serious crisis. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Morning, parliamentarian.
Hello, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, go ahead, parliamentarian. You have the floor.
Hello?
Parliamentarian, you have the floor. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. This is Joe, Mr. Speaker. Calling from Upanja, Mr. Speaker.
All right.
I think sometimes the problem of Nigeria may not be the problem of the outside world or the wider world, if you ask me. I'm talking in respect of this issue of the redesigning of naira notes. I think one important thing that must have triggered this issue is the issue of politicians saving money in their different homes and the issue of terrorism. So if the redesigning of naira notes could be of a better benefit to Nigeria to curb these two high-headed menaces, I think it would be very, very important and in the interest and welfare of Nigeria for the naira notes to be redesigned. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you very much for joining us. But let's not quickly forget that during the APC presidential campaigns, there were reports of the falling and the raining of the dollars, where it was alleged that candidates who voted during that primaries were given dollars and not naira. So if we redesign the naira and the politicians are dishing out dollars, how will that affect the economy or better the economy when we are talking about dollars and naira? And of course, the expert cannot always be wrong when it comes to issues of policy. So we have to distance politics from policies and the expert's point of view. At this point in time, we'll take another recess and head out to bring you the BBC Pidgin News. When we come back, on the flip side of 9:30, our conversations continue on the floor of the House. Do stay with us.
For the nation capital Abuja to further review and strengthen security network for the country.
This meeting they come amid series of security alerts from some foreign countries, or the president in note to whether na sake of their alert.
Ghanaian President Nana Akufo-Addo say in country they experienced their worst economic crisis.
President for one televised address to the country yesterday say dem dey for crisis and say he no exaggerate when he talk so.
Brazil don't take turn to the left as former President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva beat far-right incumbent Jair Bolsonaro for the presidential election.
Lula win 50.9% of the vote after one divisive campaign. We see the two bitter rivals for opposite side of politics.
Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford say he gets different energy for the club now and say they feel fully motivated.
This now after one poor performance last season in cast out about a future for Old Trafford.
Visit.com/pidgin.
Now we're done. Good news you don't land area.
My people, waiting day. Something day. In fact, big thing day. Now the new Petroleum Industry Act as it take concern all of now where oil the flow for our area now in jail, where 30% of the oil company operating cost is now set aside for the development of your communities. Now, government don't talk say for this new arrangement, now people go work together with the oil company with their area, conjointly plan the development project will go make sense and make life better on our with that area. No more handout to gist plenty for this new Petroleum Industry Act say if una experience pollution due to the operation of the oil company within an area, the law say the oil company must face the problem sharp with immediate alacrity. And those days when they go abandon oil well where they not use again without cleaning up the place and return to factory setting, don't pass. So see say something there now. Now the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission NUPRC talk say you deserve the right to know, and now then duty to make sure say all government promise concerning the welfare of your community must be fulfilled. But one thing you go make sure say you safeguard the oil well with their area. More money mean more development for you and your community.
Now well done, good news you don't land
Now the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, bring you this message.
The People's Parliament is brought to you courtesy of JIA Outdoor Services. JIA Outdoor Services, a member of the Mbarukas Group, owns and manages billboards and advertising services in and outside Akwa Ibom State. Why not visit them today or call this number 0803-741-2340. JIA Outdoor Services, a member of the Mbarukas Group.
Papa say Mimi. Papa, I am Mimi and so ya bibi uti wuro way back. Mgonje betura yonge sekanje no don kombore. Papa, e to radio mo ku to buru. Me mananje mejem. Papa siro ntom. Ujai, so for utom TAF Media Group. Monsignor Planet Radio 101.1 FM. Me Spectrum TV. ASU Fam Radio. Papa, I'm more see me mo. Nso you are sure saying. Ujai says your tang show 102.7 FM edi. Ke tang show 102.7 FM. Okay, npo. Enam kiko irngojit. Mbon kwantipe. Neme bora. Mbrikpa. Mbinga mekwo. Okay, npo. Ade kiko irngojit. Oh, Papa, how does a radio yabi ya umaidem? I'm maybe memo. Oh, mono kwa ibum. Ani ko pompositi entomo pa. Aswadi, ebengidem. Thanks you 102.7 FM. Ekene tang.
Doctor, Mr. Isaac's current predicament has nothing to do with the food he ate at Iyabasira's Buka?
No, it doesn't, Barrister. The test shows that his reactions are caused by some food allergies he isn't aware of. Some people here ate that food, but they don't have any pains or running stomach.
Yes. The food sweet, saute, I chop extra. Isn't this similar to taking the COVID-19 vaccine?
Exactly. Reactions after getting the COVID-19 vaccine can vary from person to person. The reactions are usually mild and would clear after 1 or 2 days. Most people have no reactions at all, so there isn't anything wrong with the vaccine. It's just how your body reacts to it.
What is it going to be? Would you avoid taking the vaccine because of the reactions? Or would you do it for love? Protect yourself, family, friends, and community from COVID-19. Get vaccinated sharply.
Do it for love.
Do it for love.
Do it for love.
Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, Mane, all of them day. Reason this matter. Think of Bonga football with the greatest them. You fit enjoy Qatar 2022 games in Pidgin, Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa. You're not supposed to miss any action of all 64 games live.
So, watch all the action for Qatar 2022 Yakata from the 20th of November to the 18th of December. Upgrade to GoTV Super today to enjoy all 64 games live. Dial *288# to download my GoTV app to stay connected. GoTV. Love it.
And today is the 31st day in the month of October. And of course, we have very critical motions waiting for your contributions as a parliamentarian. For motions on the lead this morning, Governor Udom Emmanuel has again called for EC-based campaign, says those who attack personalities are lacking in idea, and is also seeking support for the PDP candidate, Pastor Umo Eno. YPP gubernatorial candidate celebrates 50th birthday, says Governor Udom Emmanuel's administration has gotten 280 billion naira from the federal government, excluding the FAAC allocations and federal roads refund. And of course, we are moving also to the CBN redesigning of the naira that has gotten the presidential backing, even while the Minister of Finance has said it is a wrong policy, and experts have also said it's a wrong policy, and IMF has called it a very wrong policy as it will affect the Nigerian naira. Welcome to the plenary. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, good morning, parliamentarian.
Good morning, fellow parliamentarians. I'm the first in calling from.
All right, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, first I want to say happy belated birthday to Senator Basi Albert. I wish him God's protection and divine elevation. Mr. Speaker, on the governor asking people to campaign based on issues and list personalities. Mr. Speaker, this is why I have decided to follow the person of His Excellency Governor Udom Emmanuel because of his peaceful disposition, which has translated to the peaceful atmosphere we enjoy here in Akwa Ibom State. I heard some persons saying that the governor should start from his states that have been attacking other persons and living issues. Mr. Speaker, the governor that I know, I don't talk about the governor if I don't know the governor. I know the governor in person. I know him very well. The governor, before coming out to task people in public, had done his assignment back at home before coming out to say this in public. So I want people to know that the governor, which is a peaceful man, wouldn't advise his state wrongly and come out to public to say something different. Mr. Speaker, the governor, I keep on saying this, is a very peaceful man. We used to see how building up to elections in this state used to be. It used to be so violent. People would have been dying now in the past. So it's not the case today. We see other political parties campaigning peacefully. We use government facilities to do their campaign. It wasn't like this in the past 8 years. So we should applaud the governor, if not for any other thing, his peaceful disposition.
All right. Let me quickly ask you, parliamentarian, in line with what one of the parliamentarians had contributed on the floor of the House earlier, in a situation where the governor has consistently called for issue-based campaigns, yes, we commend the governor as being a father who is working in line with the guidelines of INEC while electioneering activities continues. Where the government aides or the governor's aides, who are the ones who should be living by the examples that the governor has set, are stepping out of line and no punitive measure is coming from the governor to them, do you think that will serve as a deterrent to other media aides of other political parties to also follow the same line or not choose to follow the same line?
Mr. Speaker, you know the antics of politicians. They may want to claim relevancy in the system. It's not as if the governor sent them to do what they are doing, but if the governor's attention is drawn, and this has caused me to be listening to this radio station, I will be keeping, even in my car, I will make sure that I don't play anymore. I'll be listening to radio to see anybody that will campaign, attack personalities while campaigning. So if the governor if the governor's attention is drawn to such a person, I think the person will be disciplined accordingly. The governor does not tolerate nonsense. He's a no-nonsense person. That is why I love him and I will go where he goes.
All right,
thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us this morning. I sincerely appreciate the fact that His Excellency is leading the part. But his media aides and those working for and with him need to live that exemplary life and not bring a bad image to the person of His Excellency Governor Udom Emmanuel, who is consistently saying we need issue-based campaign and not attacking of personalities. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker. Good morning, fellow parliamentarians.
Good morning once again.
Nice doing it this beautiful morning.
Same here.
Connecting from Ikoraba to this beautiful morning.
All right.
Mr. Speaker, I want to in line with my parliamentarians on the issue of redesign of naira notes. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that it's only the naira note that would be redesigning. If to redesign the issue of high cost of things, we need to redesign the issue of security. We need to redesign the issue of unemployment. We need to redesign the issue of payment of gratuity to the primary school teachers. We need to redesign the issue of high cost of fuel. We need to redesign a lot of things. We need to redesign the issue of electricity, which is one of the primary ends of the democracy. Thank you for having this beautiful morning and have a beautiful week ahead, Mr. Speaker. I'm excited to work with the Korabati.
All right, thank you very much for joining us this morning. And more comments on our Facebook page. We have parliamentarian Joe Alexander. A repeat of your comment is not aligning to what we have on the floor of the House this morning, so I'll have to skip that, please. Parliamentarian Israelite Nell Ak says, People's Parliament, please, this year's WAEC result is so disturbing. Cancellation of papers like that of my brother, whom one of his papers, literature, has been cancelled. Please, on what basis is this happening? My name is Israelite from ICA. Okay, thanks for joining us. Israelite will definitely check on that. And then, of course, reach out to the relevant government agencies to find answers to the question. Parliamentarian Williams Mong says, good morning, Mr. Speaker. Naira redesigned kidnappers will demand ransom in dollars, says Gumi. Gumi is tactically and technically giving kidnappers, including bandits, the code on which and how to operate. Yet, the Nigerian government will never approach, invite, not to talk of arresting him for questioning. Something is wrong somewhere. Parliamentarian Samuel Lewis says, good morning, Mr. Speaker. Campaign must be EC-based. Every candidate must show us their scorecard, their track records and antecedents. Almost all the governorship candidates were or are in positions of authority. Let's check what they did in previous and current capacity. He that is faithful in little will be faithful when given a better position. Without anyone telling us, it is a fact that Akwa Ibom received so much, but yet nothing to commiserate with the amount received. The only project you will hear is, can you see the peace we are enjoying in Akwa Ibom? As the peace is courtesy of their effort, only God gives peace. That's coming from Parliamentarian Samuel Iwuk. And Parliamentarian Mr. Daisy Raphael says that if the government can't pay pension and gratuity, what would they pay? Parliamentarian Vino says that it's always said charity begins at home. Governor Udom Emmanuel should advise his aide to stop abusing and perverting other political party candidates before he starts putting emphasis on EC-based campaigns. Hello, welcome to the plenary.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Parliamentarian.
Over from the government is making life. He is owning pension of 2014, 2015, and part of 2016 of civil servant who retired by then. Okay, now he has not paid. Some 15 months, some 24 months, some 10 months. You can verify this from NUP state office. Again, you can verify from Ikono Anini, sub-treasuries and others. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Parliamentarian, for joining us. I believe that is a pensioner who just spoke to us, alleging that pensions from 2014, 2016, and some other years are currently still being owed, and we can verify that at Ikono and in his sub-treasury. All right, we're still looking for more comments from people who are currently pensioners and other issues that we have on the floor of the House this morning. Hello, welcome to the plenary.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, good morning, Parliamentarian.
Mr. Speaker, I want to appreciate you for the good work you have done so far in the Parliament. And my name is Comrade Samuel Eno.
Thank you for joining us, and I appreciate your comments.
I want to recommend on issue of redesigning of money. And it's a good idea to resign of the money because you don't know what the other politicians have been backing money somewhere and dumped it. And this is the time for them to take the money to the bank. And also, it's true they are going to attract them. An issue of that one, in campaign is about starting. Please, I want to bring the motion to the floor that if anybody that will come out and give us a campaign promise, let it be a written note. Let it write it and vote and send it to State House of Assembly, to the Senate. Is that during this my tenure, if I don't do this, let State House of Assembly call for impeachment. let the Senate also call for impeachment. We don't need something that will promise and fail again. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you very much for joining us this morning, parliamentarian. And of course, for those who just joined us, the arguments have been very heated deliberations this morning, bordering on different issues, and you still have a couple more minutes to make your contributions. Don't forget, you can join us on a verified Facebook page at Planet Radio 101.1 FM, or you can also call the designated call numbers. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes, good morning, parliamentarian.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Edet.
All right, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, I want to say that I am in total support of redesigning of the naira notes. Though some of us are talking about the economy breaking hard, I would say that we have already seen it. Let's see it all at once. I'm talking about dollars taking charge over naira. Before now, the trend has been continued and nothing was done about it. And even our politicians, they are throwing dollars here and there. How would dollars not gain advantage over naira? I don't know whether naira is also being used outside the country as dollars is being used in Nigeria today. So we are the cause of the problem. And for governor talking about nobody should question the accountability, I don't think that is correct. We need to know how our money is being used and what is being done with our naira. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All right, thank you very much, parliamentarian, for joining us. A lot of people are of the opinion that the naira should be redesigned, and the experts are on the other side saying it is terrible a policy to be made at this point in time, as it will grossly affect the naira as a legal tender when pitched against other currency. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker, once again.
Yes, briefly, you have 30 seconds.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, good morning. Briefly, you have 30 seconds.
I'm not hearing you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to talk about the redesigning of our naira notes. I am in support of that issue. A situation whereby Central Bank of Nigeria, which is the FX bank that controls money in the country, does not have the control over naira. How do you expect it to be? It is very worrisome. We learned that about 70% of our naira is in the hands of this dubious set of people, politicians. So, in order to curb this and to curb the menace of money laundering and otherwise buying of ransom taking as presumed by central bank, Mr. Speaker, I am in full support of that of it. And Nigerians, and I believe, because these people are suffering us too much. How can somebody tap a huge billions of naira in their home without a control by central bank? It is very, very worrisome. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All right, thank you very much for joining us this morning. And of course, that poses a lot of questions, but we should also be asking ourselves as parliamentarians, will the redesigning actually put a stop to what the CBN is saying? Because don't forget, when people get to when we have the reintroduced, redesigned money, people will still have to exchange their money with the ones that has been redesigned. How guaranteed is it that people will not still, stock their money, head to the bank, change it, and then return to stock it where they used to before now? These are all things that we have to consider when talking about the redesigning of the naira. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Hello?
Yes, good morning, parliamentarian.
Hello?
Okay, we lost that call again. And of course, I'd like to briefly take one of the comments that we have on the Facebook page. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary. Yes, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Yeah, Umo.
All right, you have the floor.
I'm very in support of the redesign of the naira note. It's the best way, and this is the right time because we are talking about real and fair election. So much of the money is stashed in people's houses. And we have the opportunity now to support the government to clear the mess now. If we don't do it, the next government will still come and inherit it. So let's do it now. We, the poor people, are dying more than the rich people who have this money. They are the people that should be worrying with the money in their houses. How are we worrying? How are we going to be worried about that? Let the dollar go until it will come back and stabilize by itself. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for joining us. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning, parliamentarian.
My name is Inyada. I call for work in the local government area.
All right.
Mr. Speaker, for me, the redesigning of naira is purely a social issue. It's supposed to be an economic issue. Because what I just said, 3 months, these 2 months or 3 months, they are going to redesign the naira. It's a very short-term policy. And you talk about the numbers, talk about people putting money in their houses. That will not change anything. Because this time, Nigeria, people will stay in their house, call bank manager, they will bring counting machine to their house. And they will count the money and put it in the car and take to the bank. And it is only the poor people that will suffer. And in so many local government areas in this state and in this nation, there are no banks. So it is the poor that will move from their various communities to the bank to clean up. Why those that have this big money will just sit down in their house, call the bank manager and negotiate, and they will bring the country money to their houses. And they will count the money and carry it to the bank. Talking about how it's going to help in terms of insecurity. For how long? Because after changing the money will still come out as usual. After changing the money, the economic value of the money will still remain the same. So for me, it's more of social issue than economic issue. And then it's political. Because why should we come this time that people are doing election? So it's purely political rather than economic policy. And it will not bring us any good. That's my take on this. I am in here, and thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for joining us. And last comment on our Facebook page, I'd like to use this to wrap up our conversation this morning, where parliamentarian Joe Alexander says 12 most foolish people on the planet. 12 most foolish people. Said, number 1, the jobless person supporting people that are behind his or her joblessness. A student or lecturer who is on strike and still raising banner for those who are behind the strike. A father who can no longer feed the family and is still running around like a fool under the sun, supporting the people that brought the poverty upon him and his family. Youths who support the killers that ordered the killing of their own fellow youths during the NSAS protest. A homeless person supporting the people who have brought inflation that has made him jobless and homeless. People living without electricity and still raising banner and asking people to support the evil men that are behind electricity failure in the country. People that cannot travel to their home because of bad roads but are still campaigning and asking other people to join them to support people that reportedly looted money meant for the construction of roads to their homes. People that couldn't sleep because of killing, kidnapping, and banditry, yet still supporting the founders of terrorism in the nation. People that do not even have clean water to drink, but still planning to vote for people who have not given them water and power. And it keeps listing and listing. And this is just a way of advising us that as a people going forward into the year 2023, the general elections year and all, it is very important that we look at people's antecedents and get to ask ourselves whether or not, judging from their past performance, if they truly have the interest of the common masses at heart, if there are the right candidates who will lead us as a Akwa Ibom state, as Nigeria, into the current multiple faceted problems and challenges that has bedeviled us as a nation. And when we ask those very critical questions and we get the right answers objectively, then we will be able to unite as a people and choose leaders who can and will deliver the dividends of democracy. And I'd like to add from one of the parliamentarians who have contributed that politicians who are vying for respective different offices should be made to sign some kind of a legal agreement between them and the people they are vying to represent, such that once they fail on those commitments and campaign promises, by the reason of that legal document and agreement signed, they can be sued, they can be impeached, and they can be held accountable regardless of how powerful the position they occupy might make them. And of course, that is a very rare step, but a lot of persons would say if such is taken, if such measures are put in place and implemented, probably, maybe, we never will have the crop of politicians from Nigeria mismanaging our collective wealth and, of course, using us and abandoning us after the electioneering period must have come. One last call before we call it a wrap. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning, parliamentarian.
Good morning, the parliamentarian. This is very active from calling from Ghana. God bless you, plentiful for well, God. This is what I want to say. I want to say that concerning the election that is coming in 2023, that first the candidate of different political parties. This is my agenda, I will say, and I believe everybody will buy into it, that those who will promise us, or the person who will promise us, to allow the independence of local government, independence of the judiciary, and the independence of the legislature, and the person who will sign the youth bill, which is in the state assembly, and who will be transparent enough to publish the details of what they are doing in the different projects. We should know that that person have a good project and a good thing to do for the people of society. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, parliamentarian. We have to let you go now. Time is fast spent. All right. And that's the size of our package this morning on the floor of the plenary. It's been a very wonderful contribution and impactful session. Thank you very much for being part of the success story on the floor of the House's very last day of the plenary for the month of October. Tomorrow will be the 1st of November, and we will be having another interesting plenary session. My name is Francis Edet, and by the power vested in me as the Speaker of this Honorable Parliament, I hereby declare today's plenary session officially closed and wish you a parliamentarian very beautiful day ahead. God bless you. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless Akwa Ibom State.